Democratic Senator Kristen Sinema this week told the Wall Street Journal that, yeah, the Senate is broken, but we're not going to do a damn thing about it. And she doesn't want to do anything about it, she tells the Wall Street Journal. Here's her exact quote. When you have a place that's broken and not working, and many would say that's the Senate today, I don't think the solution is to erode the rules. I think the solution is for senators to change their behavior and work together, which is what the country wants us to do. Isn't it sweet? Isn't it fun? You're living in the land of fairy tales and unicorns, right? Where everybody gets along and everybody gets a free puppy and everybody gets to have all this fun and there's no consequences and there's no responsibilities. And every night we sit around the campfire and we make s'mores and we tell each other why we just love each other so much. That is a world that doesn't exist. And I got news for you. That's a world that's actually never existed here in the United States. I mean, if you think that there's been any point in the history of the United States where everybody in the Senate has gotten along, I suggest you go look up the caning of Charles Sumner, where the dude was literally beaten half to death on the frickin' Senate floor. The Senate has always been a piece of crap here in the United States. And I love that she admits that. She's like, yeah, it's totally broken. We can't do anything because nobody wants to work together because of obstruction. She's right about that. But then in the same breath, in the same sentence that doesn't even have a comma in it, she says, but we're not going to do anything about it. It is what it is. I just hope I get to keep my job and keep coming back here because this is fun, right? I get to be a GIF. This is nutty. So here's the thing. This is what I am actually starting to believe about Democratic members and Republican members of the Senate. Because some Democrats obviously want to get rid of the filibuster to get rid of the Republican obstruction. That's what Sinema is talking about here. She doesn't want to change the rules, meaning she doesn't want to get rid of the filibuster. They like the chaos. They absolutely like the chaos. Democrats and Republicans like this chaos. And I'm talking about the crappy Democrats, not your Bernies and Markeys. They like it because they get to go back to their constituents. And when their constituents say, why didn't you do X, Y, or Z for us? Why didn't you deliver? Why'd you just sit there and do nothing? They say, man, I got to deal with these guys on the other side. They're jerks. But hey, if we get rid of the jerks, then I'm totally going to do those things you want me to do, but you got to get rid of them. You got to send me back to the Senate, but you have to get rid of them. They're the problem. And then over in the next state, the senator who's a member of a different party is saying the same thing, just with the roles reversed. Well, I can't do anything. I can't do the things you want me to because of them. You have to get rid of them. And it's an endless cycle. Why? Because they actually love the chaos because that is their number one campaign talking point. If they get rid of the filibuster, there's no more excuses. There's nobody left to blame. They have to shoulder that responsibility themselves, and that scares people like Sinema and Joe Manchin to death. That's why they oppose it, and that's why they go out there and give these idiotic interviews, not because they believe these things, but because they think we're stupid.